What's up, everyone? It's Phoenix here, bringing guys live from Play TV. I'm your host, Fire Phoenix, and today we're celebrating a new year, 2019, and we're going to be making some predictions, if you will. We're going to be really channeling our psychic abilities to predict the events of 2019, mainly focused on gaming, Twitch, myself, and things like that. So, let's start with let's go through categories. Let's start with movies. Okay, let's predict box office movies for 2019. Box office numbers for 2019. So, I believe that Avengers Endgame will reach the $1 billion club. It will reach at least $1 billion in the box office. Captain Marvel, I believe, will make, let's say, $800 million in the box office. Lion King will also join the $1 billion club, making at least $1 billion in the box office. Toy Story 4. I'll be right back. Okay, back to this. Alright, so we said Avengers Endgame, $1 billion. Captain Marvel, $800 million. Lion King, $1 billion. Toy Story 4 is an interesting one. Because while it might seem like it might not make a lot, because it is the fourth movie and it's supposed to be and then 3, I can predict that it's going to still be very popular because everyone's going to be looking at it. And so I'm going to go with $500 million in the box office. Dark Phoenix, I'm going to go with $200 million. Okay. Aladdin. It's a very popular film, and I think it can make $800 million. Dumbo, it's not as popular, but it's still popular, so I would say 400 million. Star Wars Episode 9. Oh boy. Star Wars Episode 9. Now, there's very mixed opinions about Episode 8. And so I don't think it's going to make as much money as it would like to, but I still think it's going to make a significant amount because people are still going to want to watch it. And so I'm going to predict 200 million for Star Wars Episode 9. Let's see. Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, Spider-Man is a very popular franchise right now, and the movies are doing really well. And so I'm going to go with 700 million. What else is there? Shazam! Now, Shazam is very interesting. It is a DCEU movie, but it has a very interesting take on a DCEU movie, as it's focusing on more of the comedic factor. Of course, it is Captain Marvel, so of course there's going to be a lot of comedy and it's going to interest a lot of those who are interested in a funny movie and also an action movie, and it seems to be a little bit of a spoof of Elf. So, I think it's going to still perform well, especially since Aquaman is. So I'm going to go with I'm going to go with 500 million for Shazam. The New Mutants. Now, New Mutants is interesting because it's supposed to be from Fox. It's also technically not from Disney, but it's still happening. But I don't think it's going to be as popular, as there is a heavy competition for Disney movies and just Marvel movies in general. So it's not going to probably make as much. So I'm going to go with 100 million in the box office. Now, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Oh boy, that's a big one. I don't think it's quite $1 billion club, though. I don't think it's quite there. But I think it's still going to make a pretty significant amount of money because it is Godzilla and everyone likes Godzilla. So I'm going to go with 800 million. Frozen 2. Now, interesting enough, Frozen, the original Frozen, made over $1 billion and joined the $1 billion club. But I don't think the sequel is going to be as successful as, let's be honest, most of Disney's sequels are not as good as the originals. Most. There are some that you could argue are better. But I don't think Frozen 2 is going to be a flop. Because it was successful. It's a very successful franchise. I would say 700 million. Detective Pikachu. Now that's a very popular film, especially since it's Pokemon, and it actually looks pretty decent. I'm gonna go with... but it might not be as popular because it is a video game adaptation, but who knows? I'm gonna go with 700 million. How to Train Your Dragon 3. Now, animation movies don't do as well as the live action movies, but they still do well, and the How to Train Your Dragon franchise is a very popular franchise. And DreamWorks in general is a very popular company, since it's the only rival of Disney, apparently, that has not been bought yet. So we're gonna go with 500 million. Joker. Now, Joker's a big one. Joker is a very big one to look at. But probably not anywhere close to being near The Dark Knight or even the other DCU movies. I would go with 500 million. Men in Black International is a very popular franchise, but it has been a while since there's a new Men in Black movie. And so, I would guess, if I had to predict the box office number for Men in Black International, I would go with 500 million. Artemis Fowl. Artemis Fowl is very interesting because it's based on the book, but it is a very popular book, but it's also been a while since Artemis Fowl was a thing. And so, but they did Wrinkle in Time, so it has a fair chance of doing something. I would go with 200 million. Let's see, what else is there movie-wise? Terminator. The next Terminator movie. Now, the Terminator is a very popular franchise as well, but I don't think this one is going to be as popular. Especially since, people are kind of sick and tired of the Terminator movies, because there's a little bit too many of them. So, I would go with 300 million. The Secret Life of Pets 2. Now, that one's a very interesting one because it's from Illuminations, which nobody likes. But it is about dogs and cats living together in sync, so therefore it has a bit of an edge because it's actually something that people are interested in watching. And so I will go with 100 million. Let's see, what else is there? Sonic the Hedgehog. Right, the movie that nobody asked for. But it's still a popular franchise, and so I will go with no more than $50 million. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make 100 million at all. Not even close. And those are all the predictions that I have for the box office numbers. And so moving on, let's go to games. Games being released in 2019. How are they gonna do? Wait, actually, let's not do that. Let's not do that yet. Alright, now let's move on to this Phoenix 2 TV person. Let's predict the numbers that she might have by the end of 2019. Now, if we look at Social Blade, according to Social Blade, where does she stand? No, she doesn't stream that often, so there's probably going to be a little bit of faltering in numbers. As the usual trends would be. I would guess that by the end of 2019, she should probably have 900 followers. Probably. Anyways. Viewers, it's looking a little bit foggy. For concurrent viewers. Now, going into YouTube, she currently has 267 subscribers, which means by the end of 2019, she should theoretically have 400 subscribers. That's a pretty reasonable number. And for views, it's not looking so hot. As YouTube's algorithm really does suck. Now Twitter, going to Twitter, she has a good 411 followers, and so by the end of 2019, she should have probably 600 followers. let's go on to the generic predictions. The 10 predictions that Phoenix has as I channel my psychic abilities. The first one is there will be a new console announced, and it will be a next-gen console. From who is unclear, but I believe that next-gen consoles are around the corner, just waiting to be announced. And on top of that, I believe that we will get the first trailer of Starfield. Now, the release date won't be this year, but we will get at least a trailer to be able to discuss about the game that is coming out, so that there's a little bit of conversation going before the actual year of the release happens. Prediction 3 is an indie game will be nominated for Game of the Year, and it won't win, because it never wins. Number 4. Number 4. Game of the Year. Yes, we're making Game of the Year prediction. Because why not? Even though it's a shot in the dark, because I don't even know the nominations. Let's look at what's coming out next year and try to predict the Game of the Year. Even though Phoenix has no knowledge of any of the games, how they will do, or how they will perform, or even the nominations in those categories. Because that always works out. Now, I do believe Kingdom Hearts... Okay, fourth prediction is Kingdom Hearts 3 will be nominated for Game of the Year, but it won't win. Prediction 5 will be the Game of the Year, and that game will be... I'm trying to find a game that actually looks like it would win. Let's go with... I have no idea. I have no idea. There aren't enough games announced for 2019. Let's look at these. There's got to be one that looks like a Game of the Year. These predictions are being put on pause as Phoenix looks for a game that actually looks like it could win this Game of the Year. Yes. I am predicting... Okay, number 5. I predict that the Outer Worlds will win Game of the Year. Number 6. I predict that YouTube Rewind 2019 will be worse than this year's Rewind. I know it's hard to believe, but let's be honest. YouTube sucks at improving. Number 7. I am predicting that Fortnite will not be as popular on Twitch, although will still remain in the top 10, while League of Legends will resume its rightful place on the throne of being the number 1 streamed game and watched game. On Twitch, anyways. Number 8. I am also predicting that instead of Tide Pods, people will be trying to consume other moronic stuff that will never allow them to survive. And I'm going to be guessing probably Play-Doh. There will be a Play-Doh challenge where people attempt to eat Play-Doh and survive. Okay, number 9. I really hope that doesn't happen. Number 9. I am predicting that Mortal Kombat 11 will win Best Fighting Game. Obviously. And number 10, I am predicting that Disney will not get a single nomination outside of Best Animation in the Oscars. However, I do believe that in that category, there will be at least 3 Disney movies in the nominees. Now, because the Oscars only occur after the year's over, I'm also going to throw in the Globe Awards, because I can't necessarily confirm that those results will be the case, since the 2019 awards don't happen until after the year is over in February, and that's not when I do the prediction analysis. And those are my predictions for 2019. I have no idea what that says. Gherkin. I have no idea what that says. Oh, I also have one more prediction. And that is PewDiePie will reach over 100 million subscribers by July. And it's up to you to decide whether or not that actually happens. So make sure to subscribe to PewDiePie so I can actually look like a genius psychic. And I do believe that PewDiePie will still be the number 1 most subscribed YouTuber by the end of 2019. So there you go. Those are my predictions for 2019. My well thought out, well developed, and well predicted predictions that will happen in 2019. Now, if this comes true, I would like $1 million for being a psychic. But I know that's not gonna happen, so I will do with just getting a pat on the shoulder. Oh, and there's one more prediction actually. I predict that Shane Dawson will end up doing another documentary. But this time, it will cover Justin Bieber. Because that's a thing. Inside the Mind of Justin Bieber will be a thing. Coming in 2019. And the other prediction is, I have another prediction, and that is Scare PewDiePie Season 2 will not happen this year. There you go. Those are my predictions for 2019. Now, we'll see if I'm right in a year's time. We'll see. We'll see how much I get right. This will be one for the yearbook, I guess. It won't, and that's pretty obvious. What won't? Luffy? I don't know what Luffy is. Am I missing a meme in there? Probably. I don't keep up with memes. I don't know what else to do. Let's actually look for predictions for 2019. Let's look at what other people are predicting. I do hope people realize that. Scare PewDiePie Season 2. Yeah, I won't. Hey, I have to give myself some free predictions, okay? I do have to give myself some free predictions, okay? Let's see. What 2019 will look like. Let's see. According to the Quantum Run, the PlayStation 5 will be released late in the year, being the first new-gen console. Wait, that's a prediction? Star Wars Episode 9 is released in theaters. Thank you so much for that. I did not know that the release date was confirmed for 2019. That's not a prediction. Are you kidding me? That's elementary. Wow, Captain Obvious much. I guess it does. I guess it is what it will look like. So it's not necessarily predictions. It's just stating the obvious. Game of Thrones Season 8 is set to premiere and present viewers with the most epic battle scenes created for TV. Okay. Oh, there's another prediction. I am predicting by the end of 2019, the CW show Arrow will end. There you go. There's another prediction. Avengers Infinity War Part 2 is released in theaters. Like, I could predict that. That's obvious. That's not a prediction. It does say fast forecast, so these are predictions, basically. And these are BS predictions, because that is obvious. It's not really a prediction if it's said to be true. I mean, I guess release dates could get pushed back, but it's, like, unlikely, because they're both Disney properties, and Disney does not push back at all. Apparently, EU will permit the use of self-driving cars on the roads throughout the EU. Good thing I don't drive in the EU. I don't even drive in the US, to be honest. Not really. And it says, worldwide, the internet officially becomes bigger than TV this year in terms of minutes spent consuming content. I mean, let's be honest, that's obvious. Like, who watches TV anymore? Wait, what? Video game release date schedule for 2019? What are you talking about? Okay. Alright. Wait. Walking Dead is getting the final season? I did not know that. Is that confirmed, or is that... I thought that was fake. Or is that not Telltale? Oh, it's not the Telltale one. Okay, I was gonna say. Like, I'm pretty sure that was confirmed not to be the case, but... Okay. They're talking about the actual Walking Dead game. Okay. Not Telltale. Death Stranding is going to be coming out this year. The Elder Scrolls 6? It's not coming out in 2019. No way. That is... That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. Elder Scrolls 6 in 2019. Starfield hasn't even been released yet. That's just dumb. That's just a dumb prediction. Although, there is likely chance that Starfield will get released in 2019. Especially since Bethesda does say on their Twitter page that... Where is it? Bethesda says, as we look back on 2018, we want to say thank you to our community. We have a lot of great things coming in 2019 that we can't wait to share with you. So what is that going to be? Now, I did predict that there is going to be a trailer dropped for Starfield. But perhaps there's going to be a little bit more than that. Because the next-gen consoles are around the corner, like PlayStation 5 and Xbox 2 or whatever it's going to be, perhaps we could be looking at the first next-gen game to be released. Now, I don't really think that it's actually going to be 2019, because I don't think Xbox is going to be coming out with another console quite yet. I think it's a little bit early for another Xbox console. And therefore, Bethesda's not going to want to release a new-gen game alongside PlayStation 5. Because let's be honest, they don't like Sony. And no one likes Sony. Well, not no one, but no one in the industry, I should say, likes Sony. Well, some people do. But Bethesda definitely does not like Sony. And so they're definitely not going to give Sony the benefit by releasing their first next-gen game alongside the PlayStation 5. Assuming that the PlayStation 5 is actually going to come out in 2019. Now, I highly doubt that the PlayStation 5 is actually going to be 2019 release date. I would say that 2020 is more likely to be the case. But who knows? Anything could happen. There could actually be 2 game consoles that are released, and that would be the Xbox 2 or whatever it's going to be called, and the PlayStation 5. They could both be released, and then we get Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. Anyways, what else? What else should we talk about? Because I'm kind of done with predictions. So, I guess we will move on. Let's play